It is the second to last day of Black History Month. There are less than 24 hours standing between now and February 28th, and yet somehow my ancestors have convinced me that I can go ahead and get an entire set of animated Deco Sims done before the end of the month. So we're gonna try. For the entirety of February, I've been going ahead and brainstorming ideas I can hopefully do to celebrate Black History Month, but between the wedding pack, the 10K members gift, and setting up permissions forms, it's kept being pushed back. But today, I feel like there's just enough time to go ahead and attempt to get this done. What does help with this plan is I do actually have an idea of where I want to go with this. See, this is a creator who I've had pinned in my favorites bar for months at this point. And that is because they go ahead and make different Majorette dance routines, animations for The Sims. Ever since then, I've been waiting for the chance to go ahead and use them for something, and I actually think now is the perfect moment. You see, my plan and the reason you've been staring at the Discover University trailer this whole time is because I want to make Majorette teams for Foxbury and Britchester. So we're gonna imagine that with Discover University, we got a lot for Sims to go ahead and play soccer. And in the stands would be the respective Majorette teams of Foxbury and of Britchester, but instead they're going to be animated Deco Sims. So not only is there beef between both of the soccer teams, but there's also beef between both of the different Majorette teams. And they're each going to have their own uniform themes as well as their own individual choreography. So for the plan, the first thing I need to go ahead and figure out was the uniforms. And this is perhaps one of the most intimidating things because I typically don't mess with casts like at all. Um the world of cast CC is usually so far out of my wheelhouse pretty much. But I did have an idea. In Lovestruck, we got a bunch of different costumes that came with the costume chests for Sims to be able to, like dress up for one another. You know what I'm trying to say. One of the things we got was actually this uniform, this little like wrestler uniform type thing. But there is so much potential in this without all the knee pads and the headpiece and the elbow pads. Like, not to mention I could go ahead and make it semi-feasible passable since all of this is pretty much skin tight. There's not much in terms of mesh. So literally all I did is brought it to Canva, got rid of all the stuff I didn't want, and then brought it back into the game. And we ended up with this. Now don't look too closely, but I do think it is good enough for a Deco Sim. Now, each university, Britchester and Foxbury, both have two swatches to go ahead and represent each of their respective schools. Foxbury has the red and teal colors, and then Britchester has the green and yellow colors. We'll say in hindsight, now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of wishing I left the little wrist things on there. But anyway, now that one of my main concerns was out the way, the uniforms, it was now time to move on to the Sims themselves. Now here is a look at all of the girls in uniforms. Each of them has on each of the different outfits, the two Foxbury uniforms and the two Britchester uniforms as well. For the sake of time constraints, I decided to leave it to these 8 Sims, and then they're each going to have this one colorway of skin tones and eye colors. And what's going to change across swatches is instead their uniform color. I think this is my first time ever going ahead and just making a complete household of all female Sims. So I tried my best to not fall into same face syndrome. I also took screenshots and lined them up, which you should see going across the screen here. Face wise, I think I did a pretty decent job. Body type wise, I'm not so sure, but we're just gonna go ahead and send it as they are. The next part of the job was to go ahead and bring the Sims into Blender, which I did using SimRipper per usual. Once in there, I went ahead and broke up the Sim into their respective mesh groups, making sure I didn't have too many bone weights attached to them, as well as got a look at what each of the animations for the Britchester and the Foxbury team looked like, also assigning the different pieces of choreography for each school. For this project specifically, I'm going ahead and using the creator's Sensational Stingettes 2023 choreography. For this animation pack, they went ahead and separated the choreography into different blocks, which was helpful as I used one 16 count for Britchester and another 16 count for Foxbury. However, this was also a bit difficult since they don't loop and the sit down animation isn't connected to the entirety of the animation as well. That means there's a lack of continuity between the beginning and the end of the animation. However, I feel like it's not that large of an eyesore. You know, I feel like it's not that big of a problem, especially since these are going to be animated deco sims. I also didn't want to go ahead and edit the animation itself to add continuity because I do want to keep the animation in its true form so we can be able to support the original creator of the animation. So in order for these animated deco sims to work, you will need to go ahead and visit the creators page and download 2 of their animations. Otherwise, these deco sims will not move. So down here and in the Patreon post, I'll go ahead and link the creators page and the animations I went ahead and used for them to give you guys a chance to go ahead and check those out. After I went ahead and did all the Blender things for all 8 of the future deco sims, it was time to open Sims 4 Studio and start adding the tuning for all of them over there. Now, with this being 2 animations involved instead of 16, this did go ahead and help with time. However, it was still extremely tedious to go ahead and sit there to do. It was autopilot enough for me to be able to do it and multitask reading my stories on my phone, but also not enough for me to be able to do it and complete my homework at the same time. So I did lose like 4 hours having to stop and do my homework, but that's because I pushed it to the last minute. So that is my fault. Like I did have time earlier in the week to get that done. And I did not do that. Are the Majorette Sims going to be done before midnight? No. But is my homework going to be done before midnight? Yes. Yo, I even checked what my grade would look like if I didn't do that assignment, and it would have dropped to like 53%. Like, this is my graduating year. We can't be playing like that. That's not happening. Either way, like I'm a bad judgment of time. I really don't know how it moves or flows, but I feel like it took 3+ hours still, even with only using 2 animations, to go ahead and import every single girl into the Foxbury team and then do every single girl for the Britchester team, even if it was only 2 animations. So even though there's 8 girls, it is going to be 16 animated deco sims to represent the 2 different teams. So the sims themselves do repeat themselves across teams, but it's all like if you want to use 4 for one team and the other 4 for another team, whatever, it's completely up to you. And then there's an additional silhouette swatch I just threw in there just because. So each deco sim is going to have a total of 3 different swatches. Also, the pack as a whole is going to be coined Uni Majorettes. Now back in the day, I used to actually open my game after each individual animated deco sim was completed. So I would make it a deco sim, I would put the file in my game, open up the game, and then drop the deco sim down and see if it worked or not. And if it didn't work, I would close the game, edit it, put it back in, test it again, and just keep doing that for each individual sim. But now we just do it in bulk and send it. So I went ahead and made all 16 animated deco sims without testing a thing. So we're just gonna hop back in game and see what happens with them. And I'll pull out a sticky note if a lot of things are wrong and we'll figure it out from there. So I'm just now remembering that I actually updated my game and have not entered live mode since. So, like, we don't have time to do all that, so I'm hoping it works. I just got a big boy last exception. Oh, we're back here. The time is currently 11:33 p.m. Let's hope we can figure this out in a timely manner. So I went ahead and disabled a couple mods from the last exception, and it's working good enough for how we need it to. As previously mentioned, Foxbury nor Britchester have a field of their own, so I decided it would just be good enough to go ahead and place them here at the field behind the Copperdale High School lot. Let's go ahead and set them all out Should I have probably named them Foxbury and Britchester? Probably, but we'll see. I guess who just remembered they forgot to download the mod. I know how to fix this. That's okay. And all of her parts are moving properly. Let's go ahead and check out Britchester. I'm gonna have to... Why is hers moving? I'm gonna have to look through files. I don't know. I must have only downloaded one animation and not the other. I don't know. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, I'm really tempted to just go ahead and check out what these ones look like now, but it could be fun to look at what they look like all together, both teams moving. So I think we're gonna go with that one instead. We're gonna exercise self-control. We're gonna do it that way. Okay, now it is officially 12:33 and we're back in game. I think it should work now. I am getting tired. Oh no! I forgot to fix her. I forgot to fix. Oh, the G shade's not even on. Oh, so let's do it one more. Okay, we're back again, and it's currently 12:51 a.m. this time, but all should be working. Now it looks like, oh, this is actually so cute. This little starting pose for them. And this one for them too. Or wait, maybe I should look and then I'll put something together so you guys could then see it too. Okay, wait, let me look. Let me look. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing a girl. I repeat, we're missing a girl. Oh my gosh. I was sitting here looking at it and I was like, why is there a middle? There shouldn't be a middle. I made 8 Sims. I should have made 7. I'm missing a Foxbury girl, but you know what? I'm not I'm not doing that again. You know, we're just gonna have to send it with the and this one's sitting. She's sitting again. Because even earlier, I thought I knew what the problem was. I checked it. There was so much more wrong than what I thought I had done wrong. Like, what I thought had gone wrong, I had done that wrong. But then there's also like 20 million other things I had also done wrong. This video, okay, I'm gonna upload this. Okay, plan. I'm gonna upload this video and then I'm gonna fall asleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, I'll work on putting together a Patreon post for you guys to go ahead and be able to download them. So yeah, everything will be over there. So we're just gonna do the outro now. As always, feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, or feedback in the comments below here or on Patreon. If you didn't know, recently I did a collaboration with Bambi where I made like 50 plus animated Deco Sims for your events in the Regal Wedding Collection. I also just dropped a set of 28 casual anime Deco Sims for the 10K to celebrate getting 10K members on Patreon. And I also just uploaded my commissions form. My brain needs a break from talking. It's requiring a lot of energy from me. Anyway, stick around. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll put something together to show you guys the Majorette dancers for and again, this will be dropping today at this point, today before midnight. Yeah. Damn, I need sleep. Yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.